Hey there, it's your girl King Corla, and today I want to talk about changes that you can do that bring you very far in a very short period of time. Just a little disclaimer, all the things that I'm going to talk about in this video are not easy decisions. If small changes are not doing it for you because you're a more extreme person, these can be more achievable to you. My first thing that I would say is leave your home country behind. The amount of growth you will get from just living 1 year abroad is crazy, because you're going to be able to reflect on yourself better, on your living situation back at home. You're going to learn so much more about different kinds of jobs, different kinds of families if you choose to live with a host family, to see like completely different way of living, and you will see like it's that something I like, or I like certain things that they do and I like certain things that I did back at home. It also helps you to be more grateful for what you have at home, maybe, because like healthcare in Europe, we take it for granted because that's just what we grow up having. Knowing that I don't have to worry about getting sick and getting the right treatment and not having to be in debt or something. This is something that I didn't value enough until I left the country. I can only say like it's a lot of struggle connected with it, but I'm telling you, it's so worth it to learn all these things, all these other people, and to also be away from your family. Trust me, by being away from your family and friends, you're going to be able to reflect on each connection that you have with people, and maybe you will come back and see like, okay, I developed so much in this past year and I cannot see myself hanging around this and that person because they're just not bringing out the best of me. Sometimes we're stuck in life because of the people around us, because of the family that we are with. It can be really frustrating if you still live at home and you don't feel like there's any way out because you don't have enough money. I'm telling you, there are so many different kinds of programs that you can do where you make money abroad, and some people do it because of the currency difference, because the money has like a higher value in a different country and they can send money back home. Trust me, this can be easier than you think, but you really need to put yourself and be like, okay, is there one country that I always wanted to see, or see how they live? Or you could do research like the happiest people in the world, where do they live? So it's like you can go there and you can see like how they're living and how they're happier with their life. And is it like the weather? Is it like, you know, so many different impressions that you have, so many different food that you're going to experience. Like it's going to be so much worth it and no one can take that from you. My next thing is doing a phone detox and social media detox. Try to not use your phone for a full week if that is possible. Like if you have a work phone, only use it at work, and as soon as you're off, like turn off all of your devices and then see what you can do. There's so many things, I'm telling you, in our room, in our house, in our apartment that we never realized we have them. That way we can either see that I want to use it again, or we can throw it out. We can donate things. We have so many things in our homes that we are not using, and it's just like cluttering up so much space. It is really important to see like, okay, how can I be happier with less? Because a lot of the things that we have, we don't actually need to be happy. And another thing from social media is a lot of the time through social media we think we want something that we don't actually want, but because everyone wants it and everyone is chasing something, we're like, hey, I want that too. And a lot of the time that is not the case, and by trying to chase that, we're just going to feel less and less happy about our situation because we are so far away from achieving that thing. We don't see the backgrounds of people on social media, and that's the problem, because that makes you easy to judge and be like, this is nice, this is something I want to have, but you don't see the whole story. And another thing is FOMO. There's so many events that people post about, places that people go to, so you constantly feel like, oh, I need to go here, I need to go here. But you really need to ask yourself, like, to really pinpoint what your dreams are and what you want to invest your time into, because that is something that really inspired me by Carlos Harris. He said something about not going to the club anymore with his friends. So by turning your phone off, you're way easier to not feel like you're missing out on something because you don't see it. and people don't just throw it in your face if you meet them. By putting your phone away, you can achieve so many things. Ever since I started YouTube, my screen time went down so far because now I'm like thinking different, and I keep thinking of like different content to talk about, and it's motivating me. Just a game changer to put your phone away. You're just sitting at home without a TV, without, a phone, and you're like, okay, what am I going to do? And then you start thinking like, maybe I can read something, maybe I can, clean up, and you will see your day has way more hours than you thought before. Because usually when we think like, oh, we don't have enough time, it's because we use our time for things that are not working for us. The next thing is getting out of your comfort zone every day. And I mean literally every day. So this can be something like taking a cold shower, which is out of your comfort zone, and it's going to wake you up if you do it like in the morning. I took my first cold shower today, and I was always scared because I don't like cold water at all. Like, I have a really huge issue with like coldness in general. Like, even when it gets colder outside, it's just like really uncomfortable to me. I would rather sweat than freeze. I forced myself today. It actually didn't feel as bad as I thought it would be. It's just like the first second that's like, oh my god. And then after, it's just, I feel like way more awake now, and it really clears your mind. It's crazy. Like, your comfort zone is like a muscle, so you can practice and work on it and then expand your comfort zone. So if you, for example, feel scared of phone calls and you say to yourself, I'm going to do it every day, there's going to be one day where you feel like, I'm totally comfortable calling any place and making a reservation or calling any doctor. I know a lot of people in our 20s struggle to do that, like doing phone calls. I struggle with that too. That's why I'm using that as an example. And I feel way more comfortable doing that now. If you're forcing yourself to get out of your comfort zone, you're going to see changes way faster than trying to avoid it. So if you say with the phone thing, try to call a restaurant, a place, a store, and you can just ask them like, oh, how long are you open today? And then they tell you, and you're like, okay, thank you, bye. That's it. Like, something really simple, doing reservations, anything, like, just practice doing it every day. And then at some day, like maybe after 20 days, maybe after 10 days, maybe after 30, 40, 50, 100 days, you'll feel like it's not as bad anymore. Because I also thought I will never feel comfortable doing phone calls, and now I am. Looking at myself and how far I've came, that's just like really motivating and important to see, to look back sometimes and appreciate how far you've came and be proud of yourself. Find something that you feel is uncomfortable to you and try to incorporate something like that in your day every day. And by uncomfortable, I mean like things out of your comfort zone that aren't bad. They're just labeled bad in your head, to really be able to expand what's comfortable and uncomfortable to you. This might sound a little bit funny, but be obsessed with your dream. Like, not a sick obsession where you're like acting out of your mind, but I'm talking about like a healthy obsession. Like, I used to be so obsessed with Justin Bieber that I thought I would end up marrying him when I was younger. And so many other girls thought the same thing. And because of that, I was like, okay, I don't speak English well, so in order to be with him, I need to speak English. So I was practicing my English every day. I was talking to people, like so many people told me, you barely have an accent and it sounds so good, your English, like people from school and stuff like that. And I was like, I appreciate that so much, but I'm also putting in extra hours. Like, it's not that I was just like talented to be born like that, but I was really working on it on like very consistently, getting out of my comfort zone and speaking to like local people. And even though I was like scared, I was like, maybe I don't understand them, and then going to ask like 10 times, like, can you please repeat? I don't get what you're saying. Because I was so obsessed, the fear was always there, but the obsession was so big that it didn't really matter. And because of that, I also always wanted to go to the States. And then I ended up being there for my year abroad, and it was also like a long way to get there. I see how much like personal growth I got because of it. And I also did an internship in graphic design because I was like, okay, if I'm not going to meet him, I at least want to be able to Photoshop a picture of me next to Justin Bieber. This sounds just like crazy, and I would not say that I'm that obsessed anymore. I'm still like a fan. Just looking at that, because I did like the graphic design internship, like now it's like way easier for me to start this YouTube channel and edit videos years, and just seeing how much I was able to accomplish, even though I did not accomplish being in a relationship with Justin Bieber. What I want to say to you is like, be that obsessed that I was with Justin Bieber with your dream. If you're that obsessed, I'm telling you, there's like a very high chance that you're going to achieve your goal and your dream. That way, you don't care about what other people say. I'm telling you, the amount of people that told me that were just like laughing at me and they were like, you're never going to like even meet Justin Bieber. And I would still like to meet him. And I'm pretty sure I will be able to meet him one day. What I'm saying to you is, if you're really obsessed, you don't really care about what other people say. And that's usually what holds us back from doing our dreams, is people that have their opinions, and we feel scared that we won't be able to achieve our dreams. And also, like, a lot of it is triggered by people telling us we can never achieve it. So if you're really obsessed with your dream, you will get there. Another thing is manipulate your mind. Pretend that your success, your dream, is guaranteed that you're going to achieve it. One way to do that is through manifesting. I'm pretty sure everyone heard of it before. Manifesting is basically manipulating your mind, because you're telling your mind you already achieved something that you didn't really achieve yet. And you're trying to feel like, how do I feel achieving it? How do I think? How do I move? How do I dress? And because of that, by manipulating your mind like that, you're way easier to find solutions and really get there. Like, it's crazy how powerful our mind is and how powerful our subconscious is. By manipulating your brain, like, pretend that your goal and dream is guaranteed. Pretend that you already achieved it, and see how much